reacting to the Juice Reacts video. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to the honest trailer for Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. Now, I don't know how you guys and gals felt about this movie. I only saw it once in theaters. I thought the beginning was kind of boring, but the movie ended exactly how I wanted it to, so I'm totally cool with this movie. It wasn't the best in the series, I will definitely say that. But, you know what? I thought it was okay. But let's go ahead and see what Honest Trailers has to say about Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Honest Trailers.
From Colin Trevorrow, until someone saw the Book of Henry, and the director who's never seen a landing he couldn't not stick, comes the epic conclusion to The Force Awakens.
Wow.
Star Wars,
Damn,
Episode 7.5, The Rise of Skywalker.
I got a bad feeling about this.
The Last Jedi asked you to forget everything you knew about Star Wars. So when some fans threw the kind of fit usually reserved for ethics and games journalism, Disney panicked and tried to mash the pieces back together in this hollowed-out shell of a trilogy that's missing any consistency in its plot, themes, or characters. Unless you fill in the blanks on Twitter, read all the novels, and happen to be running some Fortnite squads with the boys during the crossover event.
Wow.
The day of victory is at hand. The day of revenge. The day of the Sith.
Oh, that's what the Dead Speak was referencing. Fortnite. Just like how Return of the Jedi revealed the second Death Star in Root Beer Tapper.
What? Dude, Root Beer Tapper's old.
The Resistance was down to its last gasp, and the First Order reigned supreme. Now, stuff has happened, and the Resistance is back to fighting strength, while the First Order is taking loans from the rich old grandpa they don't call anymore. They'll strike a dark bargain with the only character left on the rotting carcass of the original trilogy,
when he was on his way over there.
Palpatine, or a clone of him that's like rotting away, and Snoke is also a clone and he's being pickled? I don't know. Not super clear. The Emperor is enacting the same plan he had last time. Troll a young Jedi into striking him down.
Strike me down, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete. Strike me down.
I mean, Jedi's killed, though.
Spirit will pass into
I've never really understood what happened
And when
to
that
strike down
fails,
Sith.
hit him with the old zap hands. But
She's got the zap hands.
The same Luke Skywalker who bailed in this whole mess also left a scavenger hunt to stop him, sending our heroes running to find the thingy.
The location of the Wayfinder has been inscribed upon this dagger.
That leads to the other thingy.
The Emperor's Wayfinder is in the Imperial Vault.
That leads to the bad guy.
She's going to Exegol.
That was a
She's
cool
showing us how to get there.
feeling
While
of the
the First
movie,
Order
though.
keeps sending them running whenever some character growth is about to happen.
There's an incoming destroyer.
Gotta go now.
Ben, we're about to be cooked! We gotta go! They're coming! Come on!
It's
You know,
so
I've been thinking
true.
a lot about this film, and the biggest issue it has at its core is, oh no, TIE fighters! Everybody scram! All the new characters you still barely know after 3 movies have returned. Like Poe, who I guess was a smuggler at some point,
Your friend's old job
Han
is
Solo.
running spice.
completing his arc from Han Solo type to just Han Solo. Finn, who's still fighting against all odds to keep himself in the movie.
I need to go alone.
We go together. We're all in this.
Gotta go after her.
Oh, poor Finn.
Maz Kanata, who snatched a medal out of Leia's cold dead hands just to please some 40-year-old fanboys. These poor schmucks, whose stories must have been cut for time.
Wow.
Kylo Ren,
Shut up!
continuing the Skywalker
Clay!
tradition of being a
Jesus!
genocidal death cultist who's redeemed
Every
by
time.
a single
Every
act of
time.
good. And Rey, who's taken Luke's X-Wing, his lightsaber, his book collection,
His
possibly
life.
his childhood home, and his last name.
Oh, dude, that
Very
lightsaber
cool.
looks fire,
Rey
though.
Skywalker.
Huh. Was
That's
Rey
how I
playing the
wanted it
long
to
game?
end.
Because I think Luke just got talented Mrs. Ridley. Don't like the newcomers? Don't worry, no one is ever really gone. Rejoin your old pals 3PO, Chewie, Luke, Leia, Han, and Lando, who are so sidelined at this point that one of them is fake memory wiped,
Memory restoration complete.
one of them fake dies,
That's true.
He's alive.
one of them thinks Last Jedi was for fake fans only,
The Jedi's weapon deserves more respect.
one of them dies from causing the fake death of her son. One of them died 2 movies ago and is so over this franchise, he wouldn't even get a haircut to cameo as a memory. And one of them is alive and well enough to seemingly hit on his own daughter.
Well, let's find out.
Didn't
It
know
is
that's
his
who
daughter,
Jenna was
right?
supposed to be? It was in the Rise of Skywalker visual companion book.
I
idiot.
thought so.
You should have been reading that in between rounds of Fortnite. You call yourself a Star Wars fan.
I
So
thought
strap in for a conclusion that brings so much new to the franchise.
That was so
From
weird.
the new Force powers that would have really come in handy for Qui-Gon Jinn.
It's so true. But that would have killed
To
Obi-Wan.
hammering it home that all these dead stormtroopers were actually kidnapped children.
Harvest more of the galaxy's young.
To finally seeing the Knights of Ren do absolutely nothing than
I
go
was
out like a
pissed.
bunch of weak-ass punks.
Yeah, I was pissed that they didn't put up a better fight.
And mercifully brings the new Star Wars cinematic era to a close with a sloppily constructed, hastily executed mess that managed to do the impossible. Unite fans who loved The Last Jedi and fans who hated The Last Jedi by pleasing none of them.
It's on fire! Whole thing's on fire!
Starring
So
Oh,
bad.
we're using our made-up names. Then I am Rey Skywalker.
Hucked Finn, Marco Polo, Gentle Ben,
Use the Force. Me.
the only consistent character across all 9 films.
It's true.
Participation trophies.
Don't force so hard. You'll end up just like your brother.
An old man wearing the same outfit he had in his 20s.
Oh, yeah.
My main!
The Rocketeer.
Damn it!
Roland
Oh my
James
god, I
Dio.
fucking hate this thing.
Tony Sith cloned this in a cave. Bland Moff Tarkin. A rose by any other name would get to speak.
She didn't do
How can I be
anything
a
in that
mechanic?
movie.
I have no arms. Darth Sibelius. You know what's cooler than 1 Captain Phasma? 6 Captain Phasmas. And Rey's dramatic reveal phase.
So stupid. Oh my god. I don't know, man. I thought she was cool. I know a lot of people didn't like Rey. I thought she was a really good character. Granted, I know. Ooh, she's
Star
got moves so
Wars
bad.
Episode 9.
I thought she
The
was
last Star Wars. For a while at least. They really need to think this through.
Isn't there like 2 more
You
coming?
know, I'm starting to think it's a bad idea for one studio to make every big movie.
I was cybernetically engineered to
Yeah.
pilot a spacecraft.
Yeah.
You're cybernetically engineered to be a douchebag. What'd you do to the droid?
What'd you do to the Falcon?
Falcon's a lot better shape than he is.
It's
Yet
true.
on fire. The
What's
whole-
left of him isn't on fire. On your left.
But there are more of us, Poe. Look at this.
Same thing over and over and over.
Wash.
Damn, they called out Disney hard on that last part.
I
I thought that was awesome. Also, screw you to Origins. Does anybody have a PC that knows how to stop shit from just popping up? Origins just always pops up. I don't want to play you right now, Origins. Sorry, stupid sign-in thing. Yeah, again, like I said, I thought Rise of Skywalker was okay. It was the only one I didn't see twice, so obviously I didn't love it. But it ended the way I wanted it to. Like, I mean, they set up the thing for so long to be her, for her to be a Skywalker. Granted, we found out that she was a Palpatine, and you know, like a lot of people are like, "Oh, what the hell?" But I always wanted her to be a Skywalker. I thought she should have been related to one of them, and it should have just been like a lost child. I always thought she should have been related to Luke or Obi-Wan. I thought that would have been really cool. But it's whatever. I don't know the lore of Star Wars or any of that, so I know that might get some people mad. But yeah, you know what? Star Wars has always just been an interesting franchise to me. And you know what? I will say this. I don't like what Disney has done with it. I mean, actually, I love that Disney brought the franchise back, because we weren't getting any more Star Wars currently under George Lucas. So I'm glad Disney bought them and was like, hey, we're always going to get Star Wars films. But I wish we wouldn't get them as frequently. You know what I mean? Like, they've been putting out one every single year for the last, 6 years or something like that? And, of course, they already got another franchise coming on, which I think might be interesting because it's supposed to be, like, the New Republic or something like that. And I think that'll be kind of cool because it'll have nothing to do with this current franchise. I heard Yoda might be, 400 years old at that time, so he might be able to be in it, which would be cool. But if you can finally get away from the Skywalkers and do all that other stuff, and we can get a whole bunch of other new things, I think that might be a fresh take on Star Wars instead of everything having to Skywalker this, Skywalker that, Chewie, Han Solo, all that. I think we need a new take on stuff. So I'd be really interested to see what happens when they do go with this newer trilogy that's supposed to be coming out. But yeah, what did you guys think of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What have you thought about the movies in general? Have you never been a Star Wars fan? I know some people that have never seen one movie of Star Wars, which is crazy. But yeah, that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the content that we upload here daily on Juice Reacts. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember to wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. I'm a daily dose of juice. See you guys next time.